Well, hey, what's up? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. I guess that's my present to you is super sweet video, which, I mean, I'm not sure what you're doing if you don't know who's cool to pull, but if you do need a little bit of help, then I'm happy to bestow that present upon you. And it wasn't even like I planned to give this. It was kind of like a spontaneous gift. But man, I'm watching some deliveries like a hawk. I'm just like watching the tracking updates, and I need to do something to distract myself from that because it was stressing me out. So cheers. Now you have me. Deal with it. Okay, so we didn't talk about Raph, and do we have to talk about Raph? I'm not a big fan of Raph as a character, and like honestly, like we just talked about her like not that long ago. She was just a unit, just a new unit, and now all of a sudden she's like a new unit with this 70 cost, and she's lightning, and she's got a baton and things like that. But like, do we have to talk about it? We don't have to talk about it. We really don't have to talk about it. But yes, does lightning need a 70 cost? It absolutely does. Is she good? I don't know. So I don't know what you did in that, but there is a limit going on, and I'm seeing her pop up around. So I don't know if she's cool to pull, but Raph, oof, you're never my favorite. So we're just kind of like go forward to the next one, which was a young old king. So that's what we'll talk about tonight. But oh man, I gotta tell you, this has been a rough season. I am so tired. This is a tired Adora on Christmas Eve, and it's I've done my best. I actually was super proud of myself because like I bought a tree sight unseen, a live tree, and I was like kind of impressed because like I had this whole thing of like I am going to only buy a tree that can fit in my car, like I can shove it up in the trunk of my car, and like I drove next to the tip of it because like it was right next to me, it was right on my shoulder. But that's much different than putting it up on top, because I gotta say, it's the scariest drive when you're driving and you've got a tree on top of your car. This is the scariest drive of my life. So that was really important to me that I didn't have to put it on top of my car. So I just stuck it right in and drove that tree home. But in order to do so, I had to make sure that I chose a tree that could fit. And in order to fit, it needed to be like shrink wrapped, super skinny like, which means you don't know what it looks like. And it could be a Charlie Brown tree, which I'm totally fine with, or it could be the most beautiful thing you ever see. You just don't know because it's a shrink wrap tree, and you just have to like I don't know, take a gamble and hope you chose right. But this year, dude, I totally chose right because I got that tree home, I unwrapped it, and as the shrink wrap was pulled away and the limbs did the thing where they get big, I'm staring at it right now. It's a beautiful tree. It's so straight. It's probably the straightest tree I've had in a very, very long time, with a beautiful, beautiful little, top, little place to place the thing. Very straight, very, very, very upright, very beautiful frame. And the thing is, like, I just feel like this is why I don't stress about it, because I'm really good at just like taking some scissors and just like shaping any tree to my liking. I feel like that's easy to do, so I don't stress that much about it. But this tree, man, right out of the shrink wrap was beautiful. What do you need, yo? Cat wants in on life. Anyhow, so that was good stuff. felt like I had other things to tell you. Oh, were you following along with my idiot ant drama? Not like an ant. Dude, yo, if you shake and you disconnect my cords here, we're gonna have some issues, yo. Alright, oh my god. Ugh. He's the sneeziest cat alive. Anyhow, my ant drama is real, and I'm gonna wipe everything down today because I'm making Christmas foods. I made my brownies tonight, but I will be making other things tomorrow, and I just want to like get everything wiped down and then like spray France because I'm absolutely like horrified. It's getting like I'm actually being terrorized at this point. Like I took a shower and looked up, and it was like the movie Psycho, where there was like an ant on the outside of my shower curtain crawling along, and I saw it from the inside, and it was like horrible. So this is a real issue. I'm going to do what I can to spray the entire space down, but don't worry, it's very safe. It's a cinnamon spray, which is well, I don't know about healthy, but it's like not bad for cats. Ants apparently hate cinnamon, so that's good to know. So it's an environmentally friendly, pet friendly spray. Don't you worry, nobody's getting injured by this ant spray, except the ants. And I don't know if it like actually like hurts them or if they just like hate it. But that's not for me to figure out. Because I am not in Honey Shrunk the Kids. I don't have to cheer France. Okay, why are we in this anymore? I don't know. Let's go look at the summon screen and figure out who we have to talk about, which I think is Young Old King. Young Old King. Tell us about yourself. Oh, I have 3 tickets, so we'll do that right now. Young Old King is somebody that I feel is an interesting character because we have a pretty good knowledge about regular Old King, and he gets a lot of hate. Like, I don't know, like he takes a lot of flack, which I don't feel he necessarily deserves. But I think that like that's something worth talking about. The thing is, like, well, okay, so story spoilers. Hopefully you're caught up to where we are, or hopefully you're at least through the interlude. But now that I've given you a second to like abandon listening, yeah. So I have to say that Gilgamesh has done everything he can to produce the perfect timeline. And in order to produce the perfect timeline, he has had to really mess with some people and tweak, like the stories and like their life events in order to get them to react and operate the way that he needs them to in order to achieve the perfect timeline where everyone kills the realm scourge. So he definitely messed with Old King and Mama Helena a lot, and I feel like we saw like the non-perfect timeline where Mont like joined the monastery, and apparently that was like the most wretched thing that could ever possibly happen. So good thing we trashed that timeline. Now though, the timeline that we know is one in which Old King, Elda, has, I should get to a different page, spasticking all over each other. Okay. This timeline that we have now is one in which Elda is not much loved because he has basically put his sons in this situation where one son, Mont, is like allowed to go to battle, and one son, Stern, is not. And Stern doesn't realize why, or he doesn't understand why. and he gets really, really mad. He really resents his father, and then Sadali's gifts of golden armor and whatnot just like make stars in his eyes, and he's thinking like, yeah, give me all this power. And then he's like, the golden armor is not that really healthy for you. So he gets kind of angry, and we all know what transpires, right? And now we're like in that spot where we're learning about how Stern is dealing with the ramifications of his quick to judge mentality, but like also his like he accepted that armor, and like he was in a bad spot when he did. So he's dealing with the aftermath. But does old King deserve the hatred and the resentment and basically the fate that is bestowed upon him by his son Stern? And I would like to say, no, he does not. I do not feel like he deserved it. I feel like in many relationships, maybe in our Discord as well, like people tend, like there's a good cop, bad cop thing going on. That is a thing. And in this relationship, absolutely he was the bad cop, and Helena got to be the good cop. And we can see that because her sons love her. She's super sweet, and their relationship is sound. And even now, when they, Stern finally got to meet up with her again, it was just all full of love and just like warmth and happiness and everything. But do we feel like that's fair? Well, sorry. I said do, and then I was trying to finish that sentence because, well, you're going to put your claws into me in order to climb up, so it's not cool. I don't like this. I'm trying to move you. Sorry, cat issues. So I feel like it's not fair, and that she was able to maintain a very strong relationship with her sons despite the fact that she knew exactly what old King Elda knew about Gilgamesh's oof, that hurt deal, if you want to call it a deal. But the thing is, like, she doesn't suffer for it. Her relationship with her sons doesn't suffer for it, but she knew exactly what it is, and they made a choice. And he basically bore the brunt of this decision. And so for that, I have to say that I think he has been ill-judged and has, suffered his fate, and he took it. He dealt it, or it was dealt to him, but he dealt with it. And he accepted it, and some bad things happened. But I do think that he gets the short end of the stick here. So that's all I will say about that. But now he's gotten a 100 cost. Also, I have another thing to say. Look at you. But he was my first UR in this game. And I did build him, and I really tried to make him work, and unfortunately, he didn't work for me as much as I tried. So I am happy to see that now he has a 100 cost unit, and also that he stays in the same basic weapon sphere as a lance spear user. So that's kind of cool too. They didn't change him that much. But they did make him young, strapping, young, old, and let's see, let's read about him. The young king of Leonis, with the aid of an ancient ring bestowed upon him by his forefathers and an alliance with the neighboring nation of Wazet, he staves off the invasions from the barbaric nation of Fennis while seeking a way to bring lasting peace and stability to the lands of Ardra. He's basically, he's Mont, but Mont's got to go complete the work that he wasn't able to accomplish. I think he is very different from Sturm, but I think that he and Mont have a lot in common, and I don't know. I don't know. I feel like maybe we will see his work finally concluded and his mission finally concluded, and I wouldn't mind even seeing like some like everything gets reset to an earlier timeline where you know, they're still kids and everyone's still alive, and that would be kind of nice. But let's not get too hopeful there. Alright, so his main job is the King Lion Lancer. It's a Vanguard Striker class. It's a job that can endure the enemy's assault using re-raise and by reducing damage taken at range while bestowing a physical damage boost on nearby allies and working with them to eliminate targets. And what else? How do you get off of that? Okay. Paladin, sub-job, Vanguard Physical Tank class, a job that specializes in defense and can protect allies by drawing enemy attacks. That's right, they can use like the taunting blade. Trick Lancer is a Vanguard Striker class. It's a spear-wielding job adept at mid-range fighting with its 2-panel piercing attacks and an ability that reduces enemy AP on critical hit. His TMR will be Lion's Plate Mail, and that gives you a nice HP stat. It says shield piece, clearly. Defensive 13, critical hit of 10. Roar of the Lion is the ability on that. TMR abilities now are like more interesting because we aren't locked into TMRs with trust stones, so it makes it more important to look at their abilities to see what you really want to equip. Okay, so this will raise his own, or whoever you put on, own CT for a small amount, and raise Pierce attack and bestow haste removal from target to successful attacks for 3 turns. Haste is kind of popular, especially in limited. You see that slapped on people quite a bit. So being able to take that off is kind of nice. Also, what's interesting about him is that he is water and he's pierced, and the Ultras card and the Sahagin card, Sahagin Prince or something, that we got from like a previous raid, those both will work great for, well, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure they will. I don't know, but like they're for spear, and they raise pierce attack as as a thing. So yeah, that should be great. Ultras and Esper should be great. So we'll see. And like, there's some sneaky, new powerful units that are weak to pierce. And I want to say that Soul is one of those, which pairs up well because water versus fire. But I'm pretty sure that's the case. So yeah, go check that out and see how you feel. But let's learn about this TMR, the Lion's Plate Mail. It's located between larger kingdoms. Leonis serves... Oh wait, no, it's not located. The Lion's Plate Mail. No, not at all. But Leonis is located between larger kingdoms. Leonis serves as a waypoint, there you go, for the merchants who traversed back and forth to peddle their wares. As such, it was also home to many workshops that had dealings with the merchants, including one who was succeeded by a childhood friend of the young, then Prince of Leonis, Elda. Inspired by Elda, who often spoke at length about the nation's future, this friend left Leonis. Sorry, I have like a cord going like through the entire screen, so I am doing my best. This friend left Leonis on a journey to hone his skills as a craftsman. Years later, when Elda went on to succeed the throne, the friend returned to Leonis as a master of the forge. As fate would have it, he became a student under the legendary swordsmith Harvas and learned from this great well of knowledge. This suit of plate mail was forged by Elda's childhood friend as a gift to celebrate the coronation of the young lion, unadorned with any extravagant aesthetics. This masterfully created armor boasts carefully designed shoulder sections that do not impede the use of a spear. Don't you think it? And thick inner lining that is highly shock absorbent. Taking a keen liking to the symbolic armor, Elda would go on to wear it proudly for many a year. Man, this should be passed down to Glaciella or something, but I guess maybe it's not her size or something. I like it. Again, like, it's interesting because both of his sons are swordsmans. And so, like, they're not into this, like, piercing thing that their dad did, but, like, he's been holding it down and you know, being rejected by his sons, and it's kind of rough. So anyhow, limit burst. If we must fall afoul of the gods, this will lower pierce resistance of our targets within range for 3 turns, then deal large damage and sequentially activate Then Fall We Shall, which I don't remember him agreeing to. I don't know about that. Which will raise CT, small amount of allies with an area around self, and significantly raise attack and accuracy rate for 3 turns. Let's check out what that looks like. He looks very, very serious. Young King Old is, like, kind of pretty cool, I think. I really liked him in the story event. But again, like, I am not anti Old King, which I know, like, some people really hate him, but I do think that he accepted, like, being the bad cop. He accepted this, like, oof, everyone's gonna hate me, or my sons are gonna hate me, but I'm gonna do the best that I can to keep them alive and best by my family. And, you know, they hate me, but they love their mom, and that sacrifice, that warms my heart. He made that sacrifice so that they could have that relationship with their mom, and I think that's pretty nice. So anyhow, is he cool to pull? Well, yeah, I mean, like, we have Ultros now. We have, like, Prince Zog, and we've got some pretty cool VCs and espers to go along with what we really need. And like, so I built what's his name? Gernsbeck, because when I went to the FanFesta, the group that I was in was the Gernsbeck group. And so I definitely wanted Gernsbeck, and I built Gernsbeck, and like, you know, he's 70 cost, which again is great. That's great and limited, but I don't think that he quite has the power that it takes to take on some of these fire teams, especially now that we have Soul and that Shalza. Like, we see that duo a lot, and so we need a bit more oomph, and hopefully young Old King is able to bring that. I think that'd be great if he could. So do I think it's cool to pull? I do think it's cool to pull, and I told you all about how I feel when it comes to him. So do what you want. That's up to you. Do what you want with Raph. Yeah. But mostly I just want to say happy holidays, yo. And thanks for hanging out all year, and we will reconvene soon. Hopefully there's nothing too intense next week, because I need a break. Yeah, so cool. We good? I think we're good. All right. Happy holidays. Cheers. Have a wonderful one, and we will talk to you. We will not. We will. I will. Just, I'll go goodbye. Whatever. Cheers.